In this video, I'm going to discuss the outlook for residential assisted living and the whole assisted living industry and what that looks like for 2021 and moving forward. That way it can give you guys a real good insight of what to prepare for, what to look forward to, and seeing the potential in this space. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown this channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you have not yet, feel free to go check out the God Made podcast on all streaming platforms. Feel free to go check out Legion Assisted Living Academy and Legion Assisted Living Advisors in the links down below. I also offer one-on-one consultation calls, so that link will also be down below. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment down in the comment section and I'll send the link to you. Also, feel free if you are looking to passively invest in this industry. My partners and I do offer an opportunity to passively invest. So if you're interested, make sure to email me in the email in the description down below. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Now, this is the report from the Outlook Seniors Housing from Marcus and Milchap. It is based off of the mid-year right now where we're currently at in 2021 and what we're going to be looking forward to in the upcoming months and even upcoming years for senior housing. Now, I'm not going to get into the real details here, but I do want to cover these kind of 4 sections and then also moving forward. But I will make sure to put this down in the description for you guys to have access to and you guys can read through it. It's a great article. I think it's something that everybody should make sure that they read this, especially if they're looking to get into investing in the senior housing or looking to open their own form of senior housing. But I think this is a great overall article. But the first thing is the unique disruption dislodged historically stable sector. Because of the pandemic and everything that happened, it did actually really disrupt this actual industry. Because right now, still occupancy will likely take beyond this year to recover with intense competition for residents as many facilities are competing to fill units simultaneously. That is something that is definitely a factor right now for a lot of these facilities is the occupancy. And there is a lot of competition because everyone is trying to do it unless your facility, like for instance, my facility, we're full occupancy, so we're not necessarily having to compete with everybody. But hopefully you get long-term clients when you do fill your beds, so that way you can kind of weather this year and the next upcoming months after. So like going into 2022. Another thing is strained assets face inflection point, buyers coming off the sidelines. You have a lot of institutional investors, private investors, and even REITs coming into the senior housing space now that things are kind of cooling off and somewhat getting better. So that's something that's going to cause a lot of these assets to be snatched up and cause sort of a market shortage of these homes. And, for us residential assisted living people with institutional and private investors, that could cause some properties to be limited in the space. Another thing is industry grapples with oversight and workforce dynamics. Yes, a lot of people are facing this, and it was estimated that senior housing providers had accrued financial losses of $22.5 billion in the last 12 months following the onset of pandemic due to insurance premiums going up, also operational expenses going up. So this is going to cause these bed rates to continue to going up. That's what happens with inflation, is that everything just continues to get more expensive. So that's definitely a factor. Robust demand will materialize in the Sun Belt. Yes, an accelerated expansion of the older adult population driven by the aging baby boomer generation and longer life expectancies will bow demand for senior housings over the long term. Yes, the Sun Belt markets such as Florida, Texas, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, this whole area, it's going to continue to become more and more higher in demand because of the fact that everybody that's older than 65 is looking to go in these types of environments and enjoy a good life. So as you guys can see here, we have the occupancy rate that's been dipping and going down since starting really around like 2016. going into 2017, and so on and so forth, till now, where we're sitting at about 80% for independent living, about 77% for assisted living. You guys can see this trend here. This orange line is the occupancy rate. This is the average rent, and then the occupancy rate. So the average rent as of right now, we can kind of go through here, is about $5,144 per month. I can see how that has increased within the last 2 to 3 years. Before it used to be 38, 42, 48, and now it's sitting at 51.44 per month. And so you had to take that in consideration due to the fact of the operational expenses, the insurance premiums, so on and so forth. So steep occupancy hurdles fail to impede rent growth. That is absolutely correct, because of the fact that people are trying to move residents and kind of get their occupancy rates higher. They're having to bring down their rates for their homes. We can kind of look here at the 2021 forecast. Independent living, you got occupancy down 50 basis points. You got occupancy for assisted living down 70 basis points. Rent has gone up for both. All sectors, rent has gone up. You can see now here assisted living is at 5205. And then as far as the investment outlook for anybody looking to invest in this, you have opportunities as REITs are getting into this space, the senior housing. You also see an average pricing dip as cap rates inched up. A lot of investors are looking to possibly get into this, but it's up 20 basis points from the true record in 2019. Yeah, and you can also see here the ownership structure. You got assisted living, about private, institutional, private, and then government agencies own about 25 plus properties. And then you got some people who own 2 to 9, but that's kind of the bigger sector here. So, it's definitely something you can see here. Capital market operations largely resume, inflation concerns becoming more apparent. This is the biggest thing for the whole senior housing, is the fact that inflation is causing everything to get more expensive. Supplies, operations, taxes, everything across the board is making it hard for a lot of these smaller facilities to make it through. And I've seen more and more of these smaller facilities come to market as of recently due to the fact because of inflation. So you can see here, inflation and interest rate trends. You got the core inflation here. It's been sitting around 2 something percent, dipped down through 2018, 2017 and 18, went back up mid 2018. You can kind of see how it's consolidated there, sitting around 2%. And then now it's spiked up to close to 4% for 2021 and moving forward. It's overwhelming to honestly see. I wasn't expecting this. It's something that's going to ultimately affect us in the long term in the senior housing space. So with time, we can only assume that the rates will go up. Everything else will continue to go up. I don't think we'll ever really get back down to where we once were. And for families that are looking to put their loved ones in these facilities, they're going to have to understand that because of the temporary higher inflation period, that's just the way things are going to have to be for a while. So it's probably not going to be until 2023, 2024 where we kind of see somewhat of a things getting back to normal, essentially. But anyways, this is what I have for this video. I will make sure to leave this article down below for you guys. It's a great read. It's only about 4 pages long, so I think you guys should definitely give it a read if you're looking to get in this industry. But it gives a bunch of information I think is very crucial for you all to read. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me, smash that subscribe button if you have not yet. Feel free to also share this video, and make sure to go check out all the links down below to Legion Assisted Living Academy, Legion Assisted Living Advisors, and the one-on-one consultation call. My email is also down below where you can directly reach me, so feel free to reach out to me if there's any questions or concerns that you may have. And thank you again for all the love and support, and I will talk to you all in the next video. God bless.